Welcome to BookBuzz Reviews and Summaries. In a world where financial markets hum with relentless energy and where fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye, one question resonates among investors of all stripes. How do you not only survive but thrive in the labyrinth of modern portfolio management? If you've ever found yourself sifting through endless data points, puzzling over the delicate balance between risk and reward, or simply wondering if there's a better way to approach investing, then Giuseppe, Paleologo's Advanced Portfolio Management, a Quant's guide for fundamental investors, holds the answers you've been searching for. Imagine this. A financial analyst sits at his desk, surrounded by screens glowing with endless streams of market data. He's not just making educated guesses or relying on intuition. He's crafting an investment strategy that fuses the precision of quantitative analysis with the art of fundamental investing. What if you could wield the same tools, master the same methodologies, and elevate your investment game to the next level? This book is your ticket into that world, a world where rigorous mathematical models meet the nuanced understanding of market dynamics. Paleologo invites us to step beyond the surface-level advice that often dominates investment literature. This isn't just another book filled with platitudes about diversification and risk management. It's a blueprint for navigating the complexities of financial markets with the kind of precision that only a seasoned quant can provide. And yet, it's not just for quants. It's for the fundamental investors who are ready to embrace a new level of sophistication, a way to blend their traditional insights with cutting-edge quantitative tools. From the very first page, Paleologo challenges us to rethink the way we approach portfolio management. He asks, what if we could move past outdated paradigms and embrace a framework that's not only robust but adaptable to the unpredictable tides of the market? He doesn't just pose the question, he provides the roadmap. Whether you're a seasoned investor seeking to refine your strategy or a newcomer eager to build a solid foundation, this book offers a treasure trove of insights that will transform how you think about investing. But what makes advanced portfolio management truly stand out is its ability to bridge two worlds. On one side, you have the cold, hard mathematics of quantitative analysis, formulas, algorithms, and statistical models. On the other, you have the human element, the fundamental insights, the intuition, and the ability to see beyond the numbers to the stories they tell. Paleologo masterfully combines these perspectives, showing us that the true power of portfolio management lies not in choosing one over the other, but in integrating both into a seamless whole. As you listen to this book, you'll embark on a journey that demystifies the technical aspects of quantitative investing without sacrificing their rigor. Paleologo explains complex concepts in a way that's both accessible and deeply insightful, ensuring that you don't just understand the mechanics, but also grasp the underlying principles that make them work. From risk modeling to optimization techniques, from alpha generation to factor analysis, every chapter is packed with actionable strategies and real-world applications. And yet, this book isn't just about technical prowess. It's about mindset. Paleologo urges us to adopt a mindset of continuous learning, adaptability, and discipline. He reminds us that successful investing isn't about chasing trends or predicting the future. It's about building a resilient portfolio that can withstand uncertainty and capitalize on opportunity. It's about understanding that the market is a living, breathing entity, and that our success depends on our ability to navigate its complexities with clarity and purpose. So, as you prepare to dive into the pages of advanced portfolio management, ask yourself, are you ready to take your investing skills to new heights? Are you ready to move beyond the noise of the market and focus on what truly matters? Are you ready to embrace a methodology that's as rigorous as it is practical, as analytical as it is intuitive? If the answer is yes, then let Paleologo's words be your guide. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards are immense. And it all begins here, with a single step into the fascinating world of advanced portfolio management. Part 1. The Foundations, Building Blocks of a Quantitative Mindset. Imagine you're standing on the edge of a vast, bustling marketplace, where every decision you make could lead to monumental gains or catastrophic losses. This is the world of portfolio management. To navigate it successfully, you need more than intuition or experience. You need tools, frameworks, and an unshakable understanding of the math and strategy behind the chaos. In part one of Advanced Portfolio Management, Giuseppe Paleologo invites us into this realm, laying down the essential principles that bridge the divide between traditional fundamental investing and the rigorous, systematic approach of quantitative methods. With the flair of a storyteller and the precision of a mathematician, Paleologo sets the stage for a journey into advanced portfolio theory, captivating readers by blending practical insights with profound concepts. This part is about establishing a firm foundation, ensuring that by the time you delve into the complexities of optimization and risk modeling, you'll have a solid grasp of the essentials. Chapter 1: A World of Risk and Reward. Paleologo begins with a simple but profound idea: investing is a game of managing uncertainty. He illustrates this point with a vivid story of two hypothetical investors. One is gut-driven, relying on instinct and market buzz. The other is data-driven, using systematic models to guide their decisions. In their parallel journeys, the instinctual investor has early success, but succumbs to emotional swings and market volatility. Meanwhile, the data-driven investor steadily builds wealth, not because they avoid risk, but because they understand how to take smart risks. Paleologo uses this narrative to hammer home the first lesson: investing is not about eliminating risk, but about understanding and optimizing it. He introduces key concepts such as the risk-return trade-off and explains why a fundamental investor, no matter how talented, can benefit from the precision of quantitative tools. By the end of this chapter, readers are left intrigued and ready to explore how numbers and equations can empower decision-making. Chapter 2: The Building Blocks of Quantitative Thinking. In this chapter, Paleologo shifts gears, introducing the basic tools of a quant's trade. But don't expect a dry lecture on math. Instead, Paleologo uses real-world analogies to make abstract concepts come alive. Probability theory as a guide to uncertainty. Picture a poker game, Paleologo suggests. Every hand you play involves incomplete information, much like the stock market. Probability helps you weigh potential outcomes and choose the most advantageous play. This section introduces concepts like expected value, variance, and standard deviation, grounding them in relatable examples. The power of statistical thinking. Paleologo recounts a story of an investor who repeatedly misread market signals because they lacked statistical rigor. By introducing concepts such as correlation and regression, he shows how statistical analysis can cut through noise and reveal meaningful patterns. Linear algebra for portfolio design. Here, Paleologo takes a potentially intimidating topic, linear algebra, and makes it approachable. Using the metaphor of a symphony, where each instrument represents an asset and the overall music is the portfolio, he explains vectors, matrices, and how they're used to model portfolios. By the end of this chapter, readers feel equipped with new tools and a deeper appreciation for the quantitative side of investing. Chapter 3: Rethinking Diversification. In Chapter 3, Paleologo tackles one of the most misunderstood concepts in investing: diversification. While the traditional mantra of "don't put all your eggs in one basket" still holds, he argues that too many investors apply this principle superficially. The pitfall of superficial diversification. Imagine a portfolio filled with dozens of stocks across different industries. At first glance, it seems diversified. But Paleologo explains that true diversification requires looking beyond the surface to understand correlations. Are these stocks really independent, or do they all move in tandem when markets crash? Quantifying diversification. Paleologo introduces the concept of risk contribution, how much each asset adds to the overall risk of a portfolio. He presents a formulaic approach to calculating diversification and demonstrates its application using case studies. Optimizing for balance. This chapter also delves into techniques like risk parity, which aim to balance the risk contributions of different assets. By applying these techniques, Investors can construct portfolios that are robust even in turbulent markets. Paleologo ends the chapter with a thought-provoking question. Are you truly diversified, or just spreading risk blindly? It's a challenge to rethink conventional wisdom and embrace a more nuanced approach. Chapter 4. The Language of Risk. Chapter 4 dives deeper into the concept of risk, treating it as a multifaceted phenomenon rather than a single number. Paleologo introduces readers to different ways of measuring and understanding risk, ensuring they're prepared for the complexities ahead. Volatility as a double-edged sword. While volatility is often viewed as the enemy, Paleologo reframes it as an opportunity. He explains how volatility creates mispricings in the market, which can be exploited by savvy investors. Beyond standard deviation, Paleologo critiques the over-reliance on standard deviation as a measure of risk, introducing alternative metrics like value at risk, VAR, and conditional value at risk, CVAR. These measures provide a more comprehensive picture of potential losses. The role of tail risks. Using vivid examples, Paleologo highlights the dangers of ignoring rare but catastrophic events, known as black swans. He advocates for stress-testing portfolios against extreme scenarios to ensure resilience. This chapter equips readers with a more sophisticated understanding of risk, setting the stage for the advanced techniques discussed later in the book. Chapter 5. The Foundation of Portfolio Optimization. The final chapter of Part 1 introduces the cornerstone of quantitative investing, portfolio optimization. Paleologo presents this concept not as an abstract mathematical exercise, but as a powerful tool for achieving real-world objectives. The goal of optimization. At its core, optimization is about balancing risk and return to meet specific investment goals. Paleologo explains how this process involves weighing trade-offs and making informed decisions under uncertainty. Mean variance optimization. This section introduces Harry Markowitz's groundbreaking work on mean variance optimization. Paleologo walks readers through the logic and mathematics behind the approach, making it accessible even to those without a technical background. Limitations and extensions. While mean variance optimization is a powerful tool, it has its limitations. Paleologo discusses how modern approaches, such as robust optimization and factor models, address these shortcomings and enhance portfolio design. By the end of this chapter, readers have a newfound appreciation for the science behind portfolio management and are eager to learn how to apply these concepts in practice. Closing thoughts on Part 1. Part 1 of Advanced Portfolio Management is like a masterclass in the fundamentals of quantitative investing. Giuseppe Paleologo not only introduces readers to key concepts and tools, but also weaves them into a compelling narrative that keeps the material engaging and relatable. Through vivid stories, practical examples, and thought-provoking questions, Paleologo invites readers to step into the world of advanced portfolio management with confidence and curiosity. By the time they finish this section, they're ready to tackle the more complex strategies and techniques presented in the rest of the book. Part 2. The Architecture of Modern Portfolios, Advanced Tools and Strategies. If Part 1 of Giuseppe Paleologo's masterpiece built the foundation, Part 2 constructs the framework of advanced portfolio management. Here, Paleologo dives deeper into the technical and strategic aspects, teaching readers how to design portfolios that don't just survive the complexities of the market but thrive in them. This section is where the quantitative approach truly shines, blending elegant mathematical models with the practical wisdom of real-world investing. Through each chapter, Paleologo guides us with a mix of technical rigor and conversational charm, making even the most intricate concepts feel approachable. By the end of Part 2, the reader is armed with strategies that redefine how risk, returns, and optimization are approached in the 21st century. Chapter 6. The Art and Science of Alpha Generation. The quest for alpha, the elusive edge that beats the market, is the holy grail of investing. Paleologo begins this chapter by challenging the reader to rethink their understanding of alpha. It's not luck, he argues, but the result of systematic effort, rigorous analysis, and disciplined execution. Understanding the alpha-beta divide, Paleologo uses an analogy to explain the difference between alpha and beta. Think of beta as the rising tide that lifts all boats. It represents the returns generated by the market as a whole. Alpha, on the other hand, is the skill or strategy that lets you outperform your peers, akin to navigating the tide more effectively. Sources of alpha. He explores where alpha comes from, diving into themes like market inefficiencies, behavioral biases, and technological advantages. With real-world case studies, Paleologo shows how successful investors like Warren Buffett and Renaissance Technologies consistently exploit these sources. Quantifying alpha. The chapter concludes with a practical framework for measuring alpha using advanced statistical techniques. Readers are introduced to tools like information ratios and Sharpe ratios, equipping them to evaluate their strategies with precision. Chapter 7. Smart Beta and the Evolution of Factor Investing. In this chapter, Paleologo unpacks the concept of smart beta and how it bridges the gap between traditional beta strategies and the pursuit of alpha. He takes the reader on a journey through the evolution of factor investing, a systematic approach to capturing returns from specific drivers of market performance. The origins of factor investing. Paleologo shares a fascinating story of how early academics discovered anomalies like size, value, and momentum, laying the groundwork for factor investing. He explains how these factors challenge the efficient market hypothesis by demonstrating persistent outperformance. Smart beta strategies. Smart beta strategies, Paleologo explains, are the practical application of factor investing. Instead of blindly following market cap weighting, these strategies tilt portfolios toward factors that historically deliver excess returns. Implementation challenges. The chapter also covers the pitfalls of factor investing, from crowding risk to model overfitting. Paleologo offers actionable advice for overcoming these challenges, ensuring readers can implement smart beta strategies effectively. Chapter 8. Risk Models and Practice. If risk is the language of investing, then risk models are its grammar. In this chapter, Paleologo takes a deep dive into the construction and application of risk models, emphasizing their central role in portfolio management. Building a risk model. Starting with a step-by-step guide, Paleologo demystifies the process of building a risk model. He explains how to identify relevant factors, estimate correlations, and calibrate parameters. Applications of risk models. Risk models, Paleologo argues, are not just for predicting downside scenarios. They're also essential for portfolio construction, stress testing, and performance attribution. With detailed examples, he shows how these tools can be used to refine investment strategies. The limits of models. Despite their power, risk models are not infallible. Paleologo cautions against over-reliance on models, highlighting their vulnerabilities to black swan events and data biases. Chapter 9. Portfolio Optimization in the Real World. Portfolio optimization is where theory meets practice, and Paleologo dedicates this chapter to bridging that gap. He revisits the fundamentals of mean variance optimization, then introduces advanced techniques that address its limitations. The challenge of real-world constraints. In the idealized world of textbooks, portfolios can be optimized without constraints. But in reality, investors face limitations like transaction costs, liquidity restrictions, and regulatory requirements. Paleologo explains how to incorporate these constraints into optimization models. Dynamic portfolio optimization. Traditional optimization assumes static conditions, but markets are anything but static. Paleologo introduces dynamic programming and other techniques for optimizing portfolios in a constantly changing environment. Blending quantitative and fundamental insights. Perhaps the most valuable lesson in this chapter is the integration of quantitative models with fundamental analysis. Paleologo shows how combining these approaches can create portfolios that are both robust and intuitive. Chapter 10. Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence in Portfolio Management. The final chapter of Part 2 ventures into the cutting-edge realm of machine learning and AI. Paleologo frames these technologies not as replacements for human intuition but as powerful allies that can enhance decision-making. The rise of AI in finance. Paleologo begins with a brief history of AI's role in investing, from early algorithmic trading systems to modern deep learning models. Applications of machine learning. Readers are introduced to practical applications like predictive modeling, anomaly detection, and natural language processing. Paleologo explains how these tools can uncover hidden patterns and generate actionable insights. Ethical and practical challenges. As with any disruptive technology, AI comes with challenges. Paleologo discusses issues like data privacy, bias in algorithms, and the risk of overfitting. He emphasizes the importance of ethical guidelines and robust testing. Closing thoughts on Part 2. Part 2 of Advanced Portfolio Management is a treasure trove of advanced strategies and tools. Paleologo masterfully balances technical depth with practical relevance, ensuring readers not only understand the concepts, but also know how to apply them. Through captivating stories, detailed case studies, and actionable insights, Paleologo paints a vivid picture of what it means to be a modern portfolio manager. By the end of this section, readers are equipped with the skills and mindset to tackle the most complex challenges of investing. Part 3. Navigating the Real World of Investing. Strategy meets execution. Part 3 of Advanced Portfolio Management is where the rubber meets the road. It's all about execution, bringing the theory, models, and strategies from the earlier parts of the book into the messy, unpredictable world of financial markets. Paleologo blends the art and science of portfolio management into actionable insights for handling the realities of market dynamics, human behavior, and organizational constraints. Through engaging anecdotes, sharp analysis, and thought-provoking questions, Paleologo keeps readers hooked, showing them how to succeed in the real world of investing while avoiding common pitfalls. Chapter 11. The Psychology of Investing, Managing Emotions and Biases. The financial markets are driven as much by human psychology as they are by economic fundamentals. In this chapter, Paleologo explores the cognitive biases and emotional traps that can derail even the most sophisticated investment strategies. Behavioral biases in action. Using vivid examples from history, Paleologo highlights biases like overconfidence, herding behavior, and loss aversion. He recounts stories of legendary investors who overcame these biases to achieve extraordinary results. The role of discipline. Paleologo emphasizes the importance of discipline in counteracting emotional decision-making. He shares practical techniques, such as pre-mortems, checklists, and rule-based systems that help investors stay focused and objective. Creating a behavioral advantage. The chapter concludes with a compelling argument. Mastering the psychology of investing is a competitive edge as powerful as any mathematical model. Paleologo challenges readers to cultivate self-awareness and emotional resilience as part of their investment toolkit. Chapter 12. Execution in the Real World, Liquidity, Costs, and Market Impact. No matter how brilliant a strategy is on paper, its success ultimately depends on execution. Paleologo dedicates this chapter to the practical challenges of implementing investment strategies in real markets. Liquidity and market impact. Paleologo explains how trading large positions can move markets, creating costs that eat into returns. He introduces readers to concepts like slippage and impact cost analysis, providing tools for minimizing their effects. Optimizing trade execution. Readers learn about algorithmic trading and other techniques for executing trades efficiently. Paleologo describes how technologies like VWAP, volume-weighted average price, and smart order routing can enhance execution quality. Balancing speed and patience. Execution is often a trade-off between acting quickly to capture opportunities and waiting for better conditions. Paleologo offers strategies for navigating this tension, emphasizing the importance of flexibility and judgment. Chapter 13. Building Resilient Portfolios, Adapting to Uncertainty. If there's one constant in investing, it's uncertainty. In this chapter, Paleologo focuses on building portfolios that can withstand unexpected shocks and adapt to changing market conditions. Stress testing and scenario analysis. Paleologo introduces tools for assessing how portfolios perform under extreme scenarios, from financial crises to geopolitical upheavals. He shares real-life examples of how stress testing has helped investors avoid catastrophic losses. The role of diversification. Diversification is a cornerstone of resilience, but Paleologo challenges readers to think beyond traditional asset classes. He discusses the benefits of including alternative investments like private equity, real assets, and cryptocurrencies in a portfolio. Dynamic risk management. Rather than sticking to static allocations, Paleologo advocates for dynamic risk management. He describes how techniques like portfolio rebalancing and hedging can enhance resilience without sacrificing returns. Chapter 14. Collaborating with teams and stakeholders. Investing is rarely a solo endeavor, especially in institutional settings. This chapter delves into the interpersonal and organizational aspects of portfolio management, from working with teams to communicating with stakeholders. The importance of communication. Paleologo stresses the value of clear and transparent communication in building trust. Whether it's explaining complex strategies to clients or aligning team members around a shared vision, effective communication is essential. Team dynamics in investment firms. Drawing on his own experiences, Paleologo shares insights into the dynamics of investment teams. He highlights the benefits of diversity, of skills, perspectives, and backgrounds in driving better decision-making. Balancing creativity and accountability. Innovation is critical in investing, but it must be balanced with accountability. Paleologo discusses how to foster a culture of experimentation while maintaining rigorous risk controls. Chapter 15. Ethical Investing and Social Responsibility. The final chapter of the book addresses one of the most pressing issues in modern finance, the intersection of investing and ethics. Paleologo makes a compelling case for why investors should consider the broader impact of their decisions, not just the financial returns. The rise of ESG, environmental, social, governance. Paleologo traces the evolution of ESG investing, from its roots in socially responsible investing to its current role as a mainstream strategy. He shares data on how ESG factors can enhance returns while aligning portfolios with ethical values. Challenges in measuring impact. Measuring the impact of ESG investments is complex, and Paleologo doesn't shy away from the difficulties. He discusses issues like greenwashing and the lack of standardized metrics, offering advice on how to navigate these challenges. The future of ethical investing. The chapter concludes with a forward-looking perspective. Paleologo envisions a future where financial markets play a central role in addressing global challenges, from climate change to social inequality. He calls on readers to be part of this transformation, using their skills and resources to drive positive change. Closing reflections on Part 3. Part 3 is the culmination of everything Paleologo has taught in the book. It's a call to action for readers to take what they've learned and apply it with purpose, resilience, and integrity. The real world of investing is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges, but it's also rich with opportunities for those who are prepared. Paleologo equips readers not just with the tools and strategies they need, but also with the mindset to succeed. Through engaging stories, practical advice, and thought-provoking questions, he leaves readers with a sense of empowerment and inspiration. This isn't just a guide to portfolio management. It's a guide to navigating the complexities of the modern world with confidence and clarity. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Happy learning!